Next on the Best of John Miller, dialing in the sounds of the past.
In The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
We visit a radio museum where some of the most interesting items aren't radios. Also, Paul Michael DeWitt is a young duffer with one heck of a swing. When you see his skill, you may not believe his age.
I'll kill the ball this time.
Plus, they're a favorite at Easter, Christmas, and all the holidays in between. John learns more about making a peep and tearing down walls.
So this would be the definition of fixer-upper.
Only to uncover some pieces of the past. It's all coming up next on the Best of John Miller.
Discover the lighter side of Northwest living as Idaho's News Channel 7 presents the Best of John Miller.
Hi again, everybody, and welcome. I'm David Augusto. Well, what would the world be like without TV? Well, I wouldn't be here right now. However, you're about to visit a place that can give you a pretty good idea of what it would be like. In fact, it's one of the most amazing collection of vintage radios, electronic gizmos, and gadgets in the world. John has a look and a listen.
Now this is called a Tesla coil.
And it's the least volunteer Carl Nemeth can do
Can you hold it up higher?
to get these preschoolers' brains buzzing.
Ooh, wow, what a brave soul. At that age, we're not trying to teach them anything. We just want to build a little excitement.
And if you're going to crank up a little excitement, Edison's phonograph and maybe a few volts of electricity, the American Museum of Radio is the place to go. Curator John Jenkins is the man to see.
Of course, telegraph was invented in the mid-1800s. This is an example of one called a Hughes telegraph, where you just play it like a piano.
So what looks like happened here is some guy destroyed a pretty nice piano to make a pretty mediocre telegraph.
That's true, yeah.
In fact, for all the early electronic successes, microphones, vacuum tubes, and ultimately the radio,
In The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells.
John proudly displays the failures, like the great-grandfather of the cell phone,
The Collins wireless telephone.
things that looked too ridiculous to work, which is probably why they didn't.
We're right in the neighborhood of the theremin here. The first electronic musical instrument, made in 1929.
Supposed to be the wave of the future. You could play it with a wave of your hand, but after its use in so many old scary movies and that old Beach Boys song, history waved it goodbye. This thing is called,
It's a Visionola.
which synced a film and a record and was the sweetest home theater system on the market in 1926.
Yeah, over $900. You could buy a house for twice that.
You'd be the most popular guy on the block.
That's right. Everybody be over.
Yeah, fire up the widescreen. Figure skating's on, right? Yeah.
We have probably the largest collection of electrical and radio related apparatus, really under one roof probably in the world. The parents will take their kids through and they'll see a radio that they had when they were a kid.
Tying together generations.
That's right.
Are you ready? Okay.
Giving old-timers like volunteer Carl Nemeth a chance to tell them how it used to be.
This old stuff is brand new to them, and it's exciting to all of us kids.
Even you.
Even me.
Very cool. Gotta love old school. Well, if you missed it, that museum is in Bellingham, Washington. Well, we're about to meet a youngster with some real talent and personality. John caught up with him on the golf course back in 2000 and says the kid's a real pint-sized pro.
We got a player here.
Putting the hurt on an ice cream sandwich.
Man, I tell you what, Paul Michael is out here every week.
Paul Michael DeWitt,
Yeah, he's a really good golfer.
the 3-year-old with 3 names, 3 clubs, and a 3 count.
1, 2, 3.
And he could hit the ball.
Oh my word.
Oh my word is right. Look out!
He's only 3 years old, and he hits it every time.
And he hits it so hard,
My pants is falling off.
for those who say, no way a 3-year-old can hit like that.
Yes, they can. Watch.
Whoa!
How many golf lessons do you think you've taken?
100.
He's a hit with the other kids at Kitty Golf School, a few years younger and a head shorter, but his short game, deadly. In fact, Paul Michael's a hit, even when he misses. Whoa!
Well,
Jeez. You almost swung yourself out of your shoes that time there. And he's got big shoes to fill.
Tiger Woods is better than me.
But probably not stronger.
Fill it.
Oh, you're right. It is bigger.
That's amazing.
Amazing 3-year-old Paul Michael DeWitt
I'll kill the ball this time. 1, 2, 3.
knows how to put the final touch on a Titleist and a TV interview.
No, I'm done. It's because I don't want my sister eating all my ice cream sandwich.
Paul Michael DeWitt is 7 years old now, and just look at him now. Wow. His mom says he plays in Idaho junior golf tournaments, but he is also a ski racer and baseball player. Wow, we're going to keep track of him and see how he does. I'm sure he's got a bright future. Well, you've heard of the expression, if the shoe fits, wear it. Well, John Miller found some shoes that you would have a hard time wearing, even if they did fit. He brings us a story that just might leave you a bit up in the air.
1, 2 pair of shoes, 3 or 4 more, and, well, that makes you wonder why every day people come, people go, cars zoom this way and that, lights change colors at State and 36th, but those shoes just keep on hanging. Have you ever wondered about the shoes? Never wondered about the shoes ever. Who put them up there, why they're up there, how long they've been up there? What is it with the shoes?
I don't know. People just keep throwing them up there.
This pair hasn't fallen since last fall. Those way up in the Air Jordans.
The white one's been up there for 2 years.
2 years?
2 years.
Ever since Justin McGee moved into this building. And why?
Well, there's a lot of theories behind it.
You're a school-age guy.
Yeah.
What is it with this?
I don't know. I've had mine shoes thrown up there before.
You have?
Yeah.
Did you get them back?
No.
Do people ever want them back?
No, not really.
So, I mean, do you think, like, if I asked people, they'd get them down? It's the funniest thing. My shoes are stuck up on that wire. Can you help me out? Just tell me why.
I have no idea.
But haven't you wondered?
Actually, I did, and I asked somebody, and they told me why.
Why?
It used to be an old tradition when kids got out of school.
They tossed their tennies in celebration of summer, an old habit that's apparently hung around. That's like 60 feet.
It's pretty high.
That's a toss.
Yeah.
Somebody's got a good arm.
Really? Really?
But too bad they don't have any shoes.
That's right.
Coming up later on the Best of John Miller, learn how some Treasure Valley kids spent one spring break learning.
I really enjoy it. It gives me a lot of self-confidence.
And next, a candy-coated way to celebrate the holiday.
I think they're awful.
John looks at the appeal of those sugary peeps. Welcome back, everyone. They're a mixture of sugar, corn syrup, and yellow dye number 5, among other nutritious ingredients. As John shows us, many holidays just wouldn't be the same without the little savory sugar sponges called peeps.
It's the biggest mystery since the Hostess Twinkie.
The chicken peeps?
Well, I think they're chicken peeps. They're some little bird-type animal.
I love them, but my grandchildren don't.
So it's sort of funny that department stores create whole sections and end displays for flocks and flocks of marshmallow peeps that fly off the shelf every holiday season.
It's because it's colorful, it's got sugar in it, it's just the, I guess, traditions, because they've been around forever.
And they've got like a shelf life of forever.
Still, no one actually likes to be seen buying peeps, probably because of the looks they get carrying them to the checkout line, where you might find a pro-peep person.
They're really good. They're crunchy, and then they're soft, you know?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
And they're fat-free now.
Oh, fat-free. Yes, they are.
The perfect factory food. In fact, we even have special graphics to show exactly how they're made.
What do you think about peeps?
I think they're awful.
In a single word.
They look like cavities waiting to happen.
Cavities, and I bet you're concerned about cavities, aren't you, buddy?
I never had one.
He never had a peep either. Until now.
You know, they're really, really sweet, but they don't taste at all like chicken.
Yeah, but they do swim pretty well. Yeah, they'll be around a lot longer than I will.
You know, I have a feeling he's right.
Carnauba wax?
I don't know, but it's what makes them tasty, I guess.
Yes, the partially artificially flavored and colored Easter goodie you either love or hate, or love to hate, or hate to admit you love.
Okay, well, would you like to take home a box?
Sure, why not?
Here you go.
Oh, thank you very much.
Happy Easter.
The manufacturer says more than 1 billion individual peeps are churned out every single year. We're told yellow peeps are the most popular, followed by pink, lavender, blue, and white. And I don't know how we figured that out, but apparently that's the case. You've heard the saying about a kid in a candy store. Well, there are some seniors in Boise who would like to rework that saying because they work in a candy store and couldn't be happier about it. Neither could their employer, as John shows us.
3 sweet little seniors sorting and wrapping and stacking straight out of Willy Wonka.
You guys are the Oopa Loompas of Boise, huh?
Well, we'd like to think so.
Joyce and Betty and Marge.
Oh, yeah, this is top dog here. She keeps us in line.
You're in it for the free chocolate, aren't you?
Not really, not me.
That'd be Betty.
Betty, you're eating the profits.
That's the best part, huh?
That's the way I get paid.
Actually, they're paid cash for their contributions in this corner of Castle Chocolate. If it all seems very simple, it is.
This?
Yeah.
Of course, anybody can do this.
The point is, most people wouldn't.
Hey, they work real well as long as you give them a piece of candy and boost up their sugar levels just a little bit. You just can't keep up
got Betty
with
back
them.
here eating all the profits.
We can't keep her out of the chocolate. See, I got this little thing here that's full every day.
Yeah, look at that.
Betty empties it every day.
But the truth is,
couldn't ask for a better crew.
So who's the real troublemaker here?
Well, that must be
actually, Marge is more the inspiration, working here after recovering from open heart surgery.
And it's wonderful. I feel better, much better working.
Proving work as a senior may be simple, but sweet.
I love it.
The factory employs about 8 seniors. Some of them work 40 hours a week, and they say they just love it. On your marks, get set, because it's almost time to go. We show you how the folks at Les Bois get on track for the race season.
There's toilet paper.
And next, we catch up with some kids spending spring break playing and learning.
Because it's fun.
Welcome back, everyone. It could be the least popular spring break activity ever, learning. While most kids spend the week giving their brains a rest, there are nearly 100 in Boise putting their brains to work. As John explains, they had fun in piece by piece, one square at a time.
Imagine your 6-year-old attending a seminar during spring break.
You're spending it playing chess.
Yes,
Why?
because chess is my favorite hobby.
Taking notes, racking their brains, straightening out their teeth, while straightening out their chess games.
They really get into this. I mean, I'm just watching them, you know, we got hands on foreheads, we got hands on mouths, we got hands squishing their eyeballs.
We have 80 kids out at camp this week, and you know, to be on a spring break and this fascinated about learning chess, and you can see they're having a great time.
Some kids are a lot further along
I really enjoy it. It gives me a lot of self-confidence.
than others.
Okay, Charlie, ready? What do we have? There.
Queen.
Right on, my man, you're learning, huh?
Learning from chess master Bernard Parham
I've been teaching chess for 35 years.
across the country using a system of mathematical symbols even a kindergartner could understand.
So far, it's pretty fun.
Yeah?
He's beating me right now.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot something in there.
Yeah, but his teeth aren't nearly as straight as yours. How about that?
Well, that's something, I guess.
But I think I am going to checkmate him.
You're going to checkmate him, huh?
I think I am.
So while their friends are in Palm Springs, their knights are on Bishop 4. Not a bad spot to spend your spring vacation.
Because it's fun.
Coming up later, finding items that belong in a museum.
A bear and a bull fought to the death in Laredo, Texas.
Behind walls and under floors. And next, the race is on at Les Bois Park. We look at what it takes to get the track ready for another season.
Everything's up and a go, and you know, the restrooms are filled.
Gotta watch out if you hang around Les Bois Park on opening day. As John learned one spring, you might get run over, not by horses, but people scrambling to get ready for post time. That means everything from the beer taps to the bathrooms, and John found it's a huge undertaking for all involved, and one guy hoping to finish before the horses.
Welcome to Les Bois Park, where they're just about finishing up the finish line, and Ron Andrioli is running the race of his life.
So, is it fair to say you're freaking out right now?
See, I wish I had $1 for every time somebody says, what do you do here, you know? Light bulbs have to be checked and all the fixtures.
All the light bulbs?
All the, you know, toilet paper everywhere. You got...
Nightmare, huh?
We're in the grandstands now. Everything's up and a go, and you know the restrooms are filled with the supplies.
You got toilet paper in there, Ron?
We have lots of toilet paper and soap and paper towels. Make sure everything's working. Brand new sink. Down. It says press down, John. There you go. But as you can see, there's still some ladders around.
Geez, Ron, we've talked about all this stuff. We haven't even talked about the track yet.
Oh, I know. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, we're going to the jockey's room, huh?
Uh-huh. And what they do is the trainers will provide them with their own special silks on special.
So these are like extras?
Race days.
So like if I was going to come out and race today, you'd give me one of these, huh?
Right.
Can we see one of these here? These are horse numbers, huh?
Sure.
What are these called?
These are saddle towels.
So I should ask you, as long as you know you got that in your hand, any tips for us? Any inside tips for us tonight, Ron?
Yeah, don't bet on any slow horses, basically.
Okay. I was hoping for a little more detail there. So if I was horse number 6, I'd come in here.
Right.
Step into stall number 6 here in the paddock, and everybody would kind of check me out, huh?
That's right.
How do I look, Ron?
Well, you look pretty good to me. I don't know if I would bet on you, though. You need a little more muscle on your legs.
I gotta say, you're fairly level-headed for a guy who's got this much to do, huh?
Oh, well, thanks, John.
Just make sure there's toilet paper, huh?
There's toilet paper.
Nice work!
You gotta like that.
Next.
You just started tearing it down?
Yeah.
Who?
Me.
It's a home improvement project that did more than add a fresh coat of paint. It also opened a window to the past. The best of John Miller continues after this. Welcome back, everyone. When Michelle Kretzer remodels a house, she does not mess around, though she does make quite a mess. This time when she tore through the walls, she also tore open a chapter of Boise history dating back to the 1800s. John tries to piece it all together.
Knock on Michelle Kretzer's front door, and you'll wonder,
Hey, can we see the place?
is it going to be harder to turn this house into a story,
So this would be the definition of fixer-upper.
or is it going to be harder to turn this house into a home?
You just started tearing it down?
Yeah.
Who?
Me.
Yourself?
Myself.
You just said...
Just one piece at a time, yeah.
A fine story in itself, if in the demolition there wasn't so much discovery.
Posters and magazines and newspaper articles.
Dateline April 22nd, 1895.
A bear and a bull fought to the death in Laredo, Texas. That wouldn't happen today.
No, that wouldn't happen.
And so you find things tucked away in the house.
Yeah.
Like right in here, between the floors.
An ancient means of insulation.
They look like banknotes.
Those are canceled checks from the 20s.
Boise Title and Trust. This would be a house payment.
Yeah, I believe so.
For the whopping sum of...
$15.
$15. Things have gone up considerably, huh?
Yes.
But as the wallpaper came down, Michelle unearthed this old movie poster.
So this is Africa.
Which played downtown in 1933 at the old Rialto Theater.
What year is this?
1904.
A century-old record of Shriners meetings tucked away with this old-fashioned magazine.
Whence came it? You know, if I wrote like that right now, I'd be fired.
Yeah.
So what if people start knocking on your door? Hello, I'm a historian. Hello, I'm a historian. Hello, I'm a historian.
I'm going to give him a hammer.
You want the book? Start framing!
Because Michelle Kretzer's got a ton of homework and perhaps another history lesson still inside.
I'm thinking maybe we should tear down some more of this stuff.
No, there's no more tear down. We're done.
Michelle finally finished her home and put it up for sale, and wow, look at that. You're barely able to recognize it now. It's had a complete makeover inside and out. As for the historical items inside, the record book went back to the Shriners. She framed the newspapers, and most of the other artifacts went to the family of the previous owner. Very, very cool. There's a new music group in the Treasure Valley, and No Traffic Pylon is Safe. The program is designed to promote healthy youth and not so healthy buckets, tubs, and retired road signs. John caught this smashing performance of the Rhythm Pups.
Rhythm Pups! Rhythm Pups! Rhythm Pups! Okay, here they are, the Brazy Rhythm Pups.
So what is a Rhythm Pup?
A Rhythm Pup is kids that come together that make rhythm. Yeah.
Rhythm.
They practically just beat on stuff like buckets, trash cans, barrels, whatever you want to pick.
A Rhythm Pup is a cool homie G little kid from ages, I don't know, 11 to 16, I believe.
Yeah. There's about maybe 30 of us or 20.
Takes a lot of rhythm, a lot of beat, and a whole lot of having fun. That's what it takes.
Yeah.
So you guys are always looking for something else to smack.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, breakdancing isn't dead, huh?
Yeah, no, it's very alive. It's coming back.
What do you call what you just did? Rhythm pupping?
No, that was really fun. That's what I call it.
That'll do it for now. We'll see you next week as we take a look at more of the best of John Miller. See ya.